You are now dialed in with the Dial Brothers.
Who was late today?
I was late today. I never wake up late. I don't do alarms. Dad did a good job of making sure that we woke up early. Uh, I overslept. Michael was waiting. There's a first time for everything in your words because you've been late twice, or let's say unprepared. So this one's on me, man. This one's on me.
Yeah. I thought the worst. Thought something happened to you because I
I
texted
don't
you.
think I don't think you thought that.
No, I swear I really did. I said, I'm not flying to Texas today. You'll be there tomorrow. It
That's not what you thought, but okay, cool.
really is.
Thank you for thinking that. I really just at the time that we taped, that's literally the time I woke up. Maybe 5 minutes later, actually. So that's on me. Man, and the time change never bothers me, so that's weird. I did work the night shift yesterday, which I don't work the night shift anymore, so I'll make that my excuse.
Yeah, I'm gonna say lots of excuses. But how was your weekend?
It was very busy, very very busy. What about you?
Good, another same old. Meetings in church.
I saw the Bob Marley movie. It was actually good. I didn't even know there was a Bob Marley movie out, but it was pretty good.
Me either. I saw ad last night for Shirley Chisholm movie coming out on Netflix on March
I
the
saw that one.
22nd. Yeah.
Look at
I
you
wanna
knowing the date.
Yeah, because I want to see it. Regina
Mm-hmm.
I
Hall
can think
King, Regina King.
King.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's the who's playing Shirley Chisholm. So I wish they had some people might not like me saying this. I wish they had made it come out last month, but
Yeah, during Black History Month. Yeah.
yeah. But either way, I want to see that. I want to watch that. Y'all, today in the dishes. If y'all watch Love is Blind, today's big day. Today's a big day.
What's today?
The reunion.
Oh Lord. I'm gonna have to
For-
watch that after I get off work. Man. Yeah. This was a good season. I've seen so many videos. For those who have watched the season, I saw a bunch of TikToks and Instagram reels about the last episode. And what was the really successful couple the whole time? I forgot their names.
Don't nobody ever remember their name
Yeah,
because
but it
Natalie
was
is I don't know.
all the TikToks were people just fast forwarding through it.
Oh
Because
yeah.
people didn't want to see nothing good. They wanted to see the drama, and there's plenty of drama.
I am team AD. Forget Clay. And Clay did her
Yeah,
so bad.
Clay, yeah, and everybody was in the comments about his dad, who happens to be a member of my fraternity, and people were associating him with the type of people in the fraternity, and so, yeah. So I didn't even know it was the finale, so I got to check it out. Yeah, we'll recap it then next week. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We have the podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Our numbers are growing, but they can be better. So send the link to a friend, share the Dialed In show. People say we funny. So hopefully we make you laugh today.
And it's like put your money where your mouth is. If we funny, share it.
I thought you said something else.
I don't know what you thought I said.
I thought you said we funny. Shit. You said
no.
so fast. I was like, oh shoot.
No. If we are so
That-
funny, share
That one
it.
will be clipped. That one will be clipped for a reel. I just really thought you said if we funny.
No. But
Okay.
look. Let's get into the show today, y'all.
All
Y'all,
right.
this episode 7. When we
Is
get
it
to
episode 7?
yeah, it's crazy to me that we've been this
Wow.
consistent. Look, y'all, when we hit 10, that's gonna be a milestone. If we hit 20 and all that stuff,
Mhm.
if we make it to 100, y'all, we gotta do
What
something.
do you
I
mean
don't know.
if? What do you mean if?
Okay, not if,
You
when.
have no faith
Oh,
in us?
but just think 100. That's over a year. Like, dang.
Man.
That's too far away. I was about to say we need to do maybe a live in person, do something, get
Yeah,
together with people
yeah,
for
that'd be
100.
cool.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and I told you last week, but I didn't tell you after the show. Remind me to tell you today what I want us to do if we can for next week's show that I think will be pretty cool.
Okay. All right. Well, so both of us like food. Micah enjoys sweets more than food, but
Mm.
I know people post these on social media and it starts a big conversation. So one has to go, Micah. Which one is it? Spaghetti, wings, steak, or shrimp? Well, some people say scrums.
That's
My
hard.
answer is easy. My answer is
Shrimp. You gonna say
easy.
shrimp?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, spaghetti's a staple. You make it when you ain't got no money, and it lasts for a couple days. See, Mike don't know that struggle. Steak is steak, and of course, you know wings are my number one. If you from Atlanta, you like wings. Facts. You really having a hard time with this?
Yeah, because it's like I like all of them, but if I had to, maybe shrimp too, but not for the same reason as you. Like I like shrimp. It's just
Well, you know, shrimp is basically the only seafood I eat. So
um,
spaghetti is a staple. Like spaghetti is like home food that lasts. And then I'm definitely not getting rid of steak, and I'm definitely not getting rid of wings. Okay,
but to be
okay. If you had to rank them, mine is
mm,
wings, steak, spaghetti, shrimp.
I don't know. I don't like comparing food and everything. I don't want to be disrespectful to the food. I like all kinds.
What?
I'm saying it's hard. That's hard. They different categories of food, shrimp and steak and everything. That's hard. Really, not necessarily spaghetti, but I could eat them all together. Steak, wings, shrimp.
No,
Definitely shrimp
that's
on
a bit
steak.
much. Okay, I've had this argument with some of my friends who are from the Midwest, specifically Chicago. I don't think I've ever asked you this. Mikey, did you know that some people in our great country, spaghetti is a side to fish?
Hmm. Don't make sense to me, but I've heard that.
Exactly. Spaghetti is a meal in itself. It is not a side. It is not. I've
Yeah.
never had spaghetti with another meat ever. Like ever.
Yeah, I don't really get that. And while we talking about spaghetti and doing weird things, hey, be mad at me if you want to, if you from the area. Was it Cincinnati, Ohio? They whatever they call it. That stuff
It's
is
chili.
nasty. Yeah,
Yeah.
the chili.
They're supposed
Oh
to be
my.
known for their chili, and it's definitely not the chili that we're used to in the South. And I've had
Mm,
it too. It was, yeah. And you might as well call it spaghetti, but well,
mhm.
it's way more noodles than chili.
I went to I can't remember the restaurants up there. I went to
Well,
two or
there's
three
two
different ones.
two big ones, yeah.
Mm-mm. 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 Y'all keep that where it is. Is and yeah, nah. But I guess we both given up the shrimp. But seafood is delicious.
Yeah, I'm doing a better job of of eating seafood, not trying seafood, because I
Mm.
eat seafood. But shrimp is my go-to with seafood. But on that list, is shrimp definitely is gone. So y'all let us know which one has to go: spaghetti, wings, steak, or shrimp.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm. I hate we doing the food like that. But
Maybe we'll
it's
do this weekly because you know you have a love for food, so put you in
mm.
some bad positions.
That when the little pig was going to market, I thought that he was like going grocery shopping.
When in time did the pig get slaughtered? Like at what moment in my 40 years of living? I thought he was going to go buy milk. Are you telling me? I'm traumatized.
So, do you even remember that song? First off,
No, I told you before that your parents didn't give me bedtime stories and lullabies, and so
are
I
you? Why are you putting this on your parents? I didn't
no,
get.
because I don't.
They didn't sing me to sleep.
Yeah. No, well, so that's what I'm saying. I don't really remember that song. Now, I think if heard it as a child, I probably did think it meant that the pig, was going
Hmm.
to a store. But I mean, it's a whole lot of nighttime sleep story, whatever the stuff called that people be talking about.
You talking
I'll
about
be like, I don't know.
lullaby?
Yeah, and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know what y'all talking about. Other
Yeah, I
than
mean,
the
I
Itsy Bitsy Spider went up I don't even know the full thing for that.
really
Yeah, the Itsy Bitsy Spider went up
don't. Water
some
spout, down came the rain and washed the spider
wash the
out. Out
spider
came
out.
the sun and dried all the rain, and it's busy spider went up the spout again. Wow. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, maybe that's just my generation thing. But I definitely thought the pig went to market because it said one stayed home, one had roast beef. So okay, if one had roast beef, how the other one dead at the market? Uh, like, and then oh no, pig is pork. I was about to say, how is he eating roast beef? But
Mm.
yeah, it was just the video was funny when the woman
I've
said, "In my
seen,
40 years."
I like to watch a lot of farming videos and stuff, and I've seen videos of people doing some questionable things as far as like feeding a chicken.
Um,
Like that.
hmm.
Like
I I saw
that.
a real pop up yesterday, and it was this man, he was putting corn out for some cows, corn and hay, and he said, "This here's death row. This their last meal." I was like, "Oh dang!"
I think I know the videos you talking
It's a
about.
big
Yeah.
guy with a mustache.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
was
I
their
was like,
last meal
"Oh
before they went to slaughter.
yeah." I mean, and he's educating the public about how things. It just threw me off when he said, "Yeah, this death row." I was like, "Oh dog." Uh,
Hey, that's how we
all right.
eat them good steaks.
Yeah, because that's why steak cannot go. All right. Some people say Atlanta's always going to Atlanta. Uh, Sometimes I agree with it, and sometimes I think people are just hating on Atlanta. Juicy Crab has valet parking. Well, what do you think about that?
Well, and I don't think it's all of them, or is it? I don't
Well,
know. I think it might
there
just be
is
that
at
one.
least one Juicy Crab that has valet parking.
Yeah. Now I like juicy crab. I think it's a little overrated sometimes, but
Mhm,
you definitely. I think about the juicy crab that's on Panola or Wesley Chapel Indicator.
mhm.
Who about to do valet over there at the old Ruby Tuesday? I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, I just don't. It's interesting. I mean, I know they are busy. They are, very popular locations. I guess, is it wrong for them to have valet parking or the option, or is it just people don't associate them with? Is there an
That's the
expectation
thing.
that valet parking means it's a fancy place?
I think so. Unless you're downtown and parking is limited or something, but still normally those are kind of more fancier type of places or whatever. But no, Juicy Crab, they wasting their time doing valet parking. That's
You
crazy.
don't think people are going to do it?
Well, I don't know where that particular one is. Maybe
Yeah.
parking is
Some people
funny.
are asking if it's Howell Mill, the one on Howell Mill. They're saying it's close to the road, so that might work. Somebody commented said these valets be robbing folks too.
Hey, well, yeah, I got a story for that, but yeah.
Mm, okay. All right.
I remember
I want
I did valet one time, and this wasn't the story I was gonna tell, but I did valet one time, and they told me they didn't have my car. Like when I went back to get the car, it's like, what you mean you don't have the car,
to
man? Oh, end up they did. He just couldn't find the key, but man, yeah.
Yeah, the last time I valeted here, he said he didn't find the key, and I was looking dead at my keys. I was like, it's
Mhm.
right there. But yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, moving on. You ain't gonna introduce it?
Oh, look, I thought you. Look, y'all. I am afraid. I really am afraid because and I want to make a reference, but that's not appropriate. Either way, I think that because of the sake of trying to save money, they are about to make airplanes and traveling in airplanes be more dangerous. TSA is trying to cut staff, and airports are busier than they have ever been before. And they want your security check to be like the grocery store where you're doing self checkout, where you kind of going through it on your own.
They
Now,
are
now,
testing it out. Let's preface this. They are testing it out. This is not something that's about to pop up at your local airport.
now, Steven, when I was in college, there was a Walmart not too far from school. Everybody knew, and I didn't participate in this. I'm just telling you what happened. Everybody knew if you ain't had some money and you wanted to get something from Walmart, you go through self checkout. So all I'm trying to say is, what make them think
Okay,
people
this is
not gonna
different.
do?
This is different. This is different. You're still gonna have someone in the area checking, and
Yeah,
you're not just going. I mean, I get it. People stealing food at a self checkout. You're not, swiping food items.
clothes.
But what I'm saying is, you're still. I guarantee you're gonna have to put your bag through a machine. It's not like.
Yeah,
I don't think it's gonna be self checkout like we think self checkout is. It's still an airport, so
the
it's still gonna
article
be somebody
said
over there.
the article said they normally have 4 to 5 people. It's gonna probably be about 2 people. Just like self
Yeah.
checkout in the
Hmm.
store, them
Yeah.
people get lazy. They don't be paying attention.
That is true.
I
But I
just
think
think,
I think it's apples and oranges though. We talking about groceries and we talking
well,
about
yeah.
getting
I'm
through an
just
airport
the
security.
article brought up the grocery store thing,
No,
and
yeah,
so
because that's what our minds instantly go to. Oh, it's like
yeah,
self checkout.
yeah. So my thing is just I don't think if there's somewhere we want to save money, I don't think that's the place to do it. That's just my opinion. Mm-mm.
Hmm. So you think if it happens, more dangerous things are going to get on planes?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah. That's crazy. To me, that's just not where you should skimp on money. Go trying to figure out how to make the pretzels be cheaper on the plane or something. Like that's
The pretzels are free. But okay.
no, they're not free to the airlines.
Oh, yeah, but I'm saying they're free to the customer.
I know them to my part of it. There's some about TSA, which TSA isn't even an
I was like,
airline.
TSA ain't got nothing to do with that.
But still, I'm just saying it's crazy. And I'm about to say something controversial. I'm getting a little ticked off. Stuff like this, we can send money to all over kind of places. We can spend money on what we want to spend it on. But now
Mhm.
you gonna let people do self checkout for security at the airport because you don't want to pay TSA
They are
workers.
testing it out. Testing it out. Keep that in mind. That does not mean it's going to happen. And then also, there are still going to be people in the area checking. It's not going to be swiping a, a Apple for an Apple product at Walmart. Okay, it's not the same. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not worried about it. I put it like that.
And you the one
One,
that you fly a
right,
lot, so
right.
you should be worried about it.
We'll
Now,
see.
now, when you in the air, flying from Dallas to Atlanta, wherever you go, and person next to you pull something out, we're gonna
Right.
see if you tackle them like they did the people who was trying to fly to the Pentagon or wherever.
Oh wow. Okay. I mean, sometimes those things still get on planes now.
Would
I
you
mean,
do that?
would I do what?
Like if somebody on the plane stood up and was trying to do something, would you try and take them down, or would you just
It would have
sit
to
there?
be something really bad. Um, if someone just stood up and started acting crazy, I'm gonna stay in my nice window seat. Um,
Ooh, you like to sit in the window seat?
yeah,
Ooh.
that's the
Hmm.
best place to sit.
Mm.
My shade is always up. I do not close it. I enjoy the lookout because the window seat, okay, you have a built-in thing to lean on. You can lean on the window and not be
Mhm.
touching the person next to you.
Mm.
Yeah, and then I don't have to go to the bathroom or anything, so I'm not getting up. I think
Mm.
window seat's great. What do you prefer? The middle seat?
The owl. The owl.
The aisle, you're
When I
constantly getting bumped by anyone who walks by.
yeah, I mean, when I was younger, I used to like the window seat, because you could look out. But now
Yeah.
it's like forget that. The clouds look the same everywhere you go.
No, they
It's
don't.
oh well, whatever. I like I'm too cautious, and I'm not claustrophobic, but I like to be on the aisle. I can get up or move if I need to. I don't like to be having to ask.
Where do you need to go in the air? Where do you need to go?
I don't care. I want to be on the aisle. I don't want to be in all the way over there and two people. But no, mm-mm, mm-mm,
Where are you
mm-mm.
going?
I don't know, but I know I'm not about to have to ask nobody. Excuse me.
Well, the window seat's great. Like I said, and then lately I've just been getting on the plane going to sleep. You can lean on the window. You can look out the window. You control if the shade is up or down. Some people maybe get mad at me because I leave the shade up and I take some early flights, so it's kind of a sunrise. But whatever.
Mm.
Oh,
I've fallen asleep on people that I don't know before.
that's not good. That's not good.
Like you, well, like, I'm saying to your point about you, with the window seat, you have something to lean on. Where I like to sit, it ain't nothing to lean on. Then and then especially if it's somebody fluffy next to you, you kind of be like,
Terrible. Okay. Wow. So we learned something today about Micah's preference on a plane. All right, man. So it is the Micah's favorite part of the show, politics.
boom, boom, boom,
Let's
boom.
let's see how Micah can get me almost in trouble today.
Hey, you know
Yeah.
what? We need to be sponsored by Gatorade because I drink Gatorade on a lot of the shows.
Well, Gatorade's not a Coke product for it to be, a semi-Atlanta show. I'm just saying, you might want to
Well,
drink Powerade if we're trying to get a Coke sponsorship.
but I like this. But yeah, politics, man. Past 7 days between last week and this week, a lot has gone down in the world of politics. But Mr. Steven here had the privilege of being one of the last people to interview Nikki Haley as a presidential candidate. How you feel about that?
Yeah, it wasn't going through my mind last Monday when I talked to her, but Tuesday I was like, she's probably gonna drop out.
Mhm.
And yeah, I was one of the last people to talk to her as a candidate. She said, I could tell her answer started changing when everyone, including myself, asked her, "Will you be a candidate Wednesday morning?" And she said, "We'll see if we're competitive." And when she
Mhm.
started saying that, I was like, all right,
Yeah.
she's going to exit.
Yeah, because before she kept saying, "Yeah, when you wake
Mhm.
up, I'm gonna still be here. I don't want this to
Yep.
be the longest general election in history." And
Mhm.
just like a good old politician, she lied.
She didn't lie. She was going to say the situation changed.
Oh, okay. So we can tell when we get pulled over by a cop, say, "Oh, I was speeding because the situation changed. Yes, I had a
No, because
reason why I
that's
needed
still
to go
against the
90."
law. That's still against the law. Um,
Mm.
but I mean, she has still said some important things that matter to a sect of voters, including some Democrats and some Republicans. It's just it wasn't her time. The writing's on the wall. It's Donald Trump's party right now, and she bowed out. A lot of people thought she was going to leave after South Carolina. I mean, it's political suicide for you to lose your home state. She stayed in. She went to like 10 states in 5 days, and yeah.
And to be fair, she did win Vermont or New
Yeah,
Hampshire,
she won
something.
Vermont and she
Vermont,
won
yeah,
DC.
DC, yeah.
And she said she
Now,
was the first Republican woman to win 2 primaries.
mm, her political career is dead.
Yeah, I don't know where she goes from here. Because well, one, she wouldn't want to do it, but she's not gonna go back in South Carolina and run for anything. Um,
Mm,
Donald Trump's not gonna appoint her to anything. So
mm.
yeah,
She just need to go be a professor or something somewhere, or
she could, and she'll make decent money, and she'll be just fine.
yeah. Poor well, people ain't gonna like me saying this. People, her supporters. I about to say, poor. That didn't even. He don't even go by his real first name. Her husband.
Mhm.
Um, he did all this for nothing.
Did all what?
Him going overseas, all that was for
He's been
show. All that
overseas.
was.
He's been overseas before.
I'm
I,
saying,
I
it
the,
just
the,
was.
the the deployment was interesting timing, with
It
her
was
running
perfect
for president.
timing.
But he's been deployed before. It's not like that was the only time he's been deployed. So
I'm just saying, it was
yeah,
perfect timing. It
it was
was.
good timing.
Mm, mm.
But that don't mean he ain't actually over there working.
Now look, this just show you how up Trump butt so many of these people are. And y'all, this is a nonpartisan podcast, and so I know it might sound like I'm rough on Trump or whatever, but no, both of them had issues. Either way, she want to be a white woman who can, when it's convenient, say she's a woman of color who has a white husband that's in the military with a white daughter who is married to a black guy. She
Mhm.
had the perfect
Yeah,
story.
her resume on paper is great.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
but
that's why
no,
I thought she was going to be vice president. But now that Donald Trump's going to be the nominee, and she said she doesn't want it, and they've had so much bad blood, I just don't see it still happening. But
man,
yeah,
I swear my IQ dropped a little bit. I like to look at whether I like the person or not. I like to watch what they're saying. I
mm,
watched the whole 2 hours and something of Donald Trump's rally here in Georgia,
mm,
in Marjorie Taylor Greene's district, and man, that man is a
Pete
genius in his
Rambo.
own right.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, like his politics or not, what he has done is, I mean, it's good. He knows what he's doing. I'll put it like that.
yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
Speaking of MTG, that was some good primetime television last week with the State of the Union with Joe Biden. How you think he did?
I think he exceeded expectations, but it's still, I mean, that's one speech that's not going to make people change their vote. If you're going to vote for Joe Biden, you're voting for him. If you're not, you're not. Marco Rubio said it was a proof of life speech because the president has been criticized about being low energy, about being old, about missing a lot of steps mentally. And I think Democrats will say it was great. He yelled a lot, and Republicans will say he sounded like an angry old man yelling a lot. So everyone's gonna have a different opinion. I think for the president, uh, he exceeded expectations. But again, does that mean somebody's gonna change their vote for him just because of that speech? If someone does, it's not that many people.
And why was he coughing so much? And that,
He always coughs. He's
but it
been
was
He always coughs.
now
It's a lot of things that he does that just always.
Donald Trump was mimicking that in his rally, talking about him coughing so much, and he said shouldn't have been touching his hand. And then Marjorie Taylor Greene, I don't want to screw up like Joe Biden did. So you say the girl name. I think I know the girl name. What is it? Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, because
The
I made a mistake in the office and slipped him and said Lincoln because it just comes out.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Lincoln Riley.
Lincoln. Yeah, yeah.
Um, it's to me, I think this is my opinion. I think Joe Biden should have left it alone because, first of all, I don't think he should have taken the pen from Marjorie Taylor Greene that she handed to him, and then
Why?
when he got up,
Why?
because sometimes, to me, I think they spent all the time they spent putting his speech together. They
hmm
included what they wanted to include, didn't put in there what they didn't want to put in there. So
hmm
by him doing that, you feed into what she wanted, and then he screwed her
But
name up. And so it was just
the thing is, so the death did happen, correct? And so, what's wrong with him mentioning her?
no. I'm not saying there's anything wrong. I'm saying if it
You think it
wasn't in his
wasn't in the
script,
speech, so it flipped him up?
he should have left it alone. Yeah,
Why?
he should have left it alone because he screwed it up,
Yeah. But
and
that's
it
a
opened
name,
the
and
door.
not defending the president. That's a name that's easily. I've heard multiple people mess up that name, just because we're so used to hearing Lincoln Riley, which is a football
Mhm,
coach, and then
mhm.
Lankin. Yeah, I mean he butchered the name.
Well, not just that. Then he said he accidentally, I don't know if he said this in the State of the Union, he said it somewhere else. He called a guy an illegal, and that
mhm.
wasn't
No, he
for
said it there.
Democrats. Yeah, for
Yeah, for
Democrats, that
Democrats,
wasn't
they don't
politically
say
correct.
illegal. Yeah, they don't say illegals anymore.
Right.
But it's funny because I didn't hear Republicans praising him saying illegal though. So, man, we're in an
Mhm.
interesting
Well,
time.
but
I'll put it like that.
Later, afterwards, he apologized with it's a black guy who did the interview with him. He apologized for saying illegal and he called him undocumented. Republicans are trolling him for apologizing because they're like,
Mm-hmm.
no, you shouldn't do that. So to me, if he wasn't prepared to talk about that, he just shouldn't have talked about it. That's
But
all I'm saying.
the thing is, he should have talked about it because the border is it's crazy. For this time last year, the border was only like people only cared about it in Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, those places. This border issue, you got people in doggone Vermont and Michigan saying that that's one of their top priorities, which is odd. I mean, granted, yes, it is our country, but you just typically that wouldn't be a number one election item of I'm going to the polls because of the border. People care about the border right now, and so he
Yeah.
should have been prepared to talk about it because it was one of the latest bad incidents that happened in the South. University of Georgia. So whether it wasn't in the speech or not, he should have been prepared and knowledgeable about it to talk about it. It should have been in the speech, in my opinion, because
Oh,
you
well,
have to,
I'm not.
you have to lean in. You have to embrace it. You can't like skirt around this border issue anymore. It's
Yeah,
here.
no. I'm not saying it shouldn't have been in the speech. I think it
Mhm,
should have, or he should have talked more about the border. I'm saying
mhm.
because it wasn't in the speech, he shouldn't have talked about it. That's all I'm saying.
I got what you're
Now,
saying because especially for him who has a speaking issue.
yeah, yeah. Look, the junior senator from Alabama, Miss Britt. What in the world?
I thought you.
What
I
in
was
the
gonna say
world was
junior
that?
senator. I'm thinking Alabama football.
No, Katie
Because you
Britt.
said junior senator. I mean, I'm thinking thinking you said junior senator. All right. Yes. Her speech, man. Yeah. She was a little extra. Especially since, and I looked, she tweeted a video before her speech saying, I'm going to give the Republican response, and she's talking just as normal like this. And then,
Mhm.
man, when the speech started, it's one thing to be serious. She was just like very,
It was cringy. It
yeah,
was
yeah. It was
even
hard to get
Republicans
serious.
hated it.
Yeah,
Like it was
and
horrible.
there's been a lot of reporting, especially Monday. She lied about
Mhm.
the story that she told of a migrant who was raped multiple times, human trafficked. That is a real story. But she made it seem like this happened under the Joe Biden administration, and this actually happened in, I believe, '04
Yeah.
during the Bush
During
administration.
Bush.
And the person who is alive and advocates for not human trafficking, and she still is in Texas working with organizations. It didn't even happen in the United States. It happened in Mexico.
Mexico.
And
Yeah.
and on Fox, believe it or not, on Fox Sunday, the anchor asked her about it, and she said, I didn't mislead anyone. She said, I said a woman, so that means it didn't happen recently. She misled the public with her
Yeah.
statement
Yeah. It was
because,
horrible. And
yeah,
she was in her doggone kitchen. And I was seeing some people saying
yeah,
that
that wasn't a good setting for a woman.
yeah, it made her seem like it just it was
I mean,
horrible. And
I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to make her seem like a mom, but also, nowadays,
yeah, that's not
yeah.
PC. It's not politically correct. Women aren't just
Well,
meant to
then
be in
it's
the
not even
kitchen.
about political. It's women aren't only in the kitchen. Is what they're trying to say. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was cringe is the best way to describe that.
Just
And
our
there's been some
children.
cringy speak. She was very animated in an emotional way. And the thing is, some of her points may have been
They're
valid, but
valid.
it was, yeah,
Yeah.
it's just the delivery was missed the
Horrible.
mark. It missed the mark big
As
time.
much as I dislike him, I'd rather have seen Jim Jordan do it than that. That oh.
Remember when little Marco he grabbed his water? Marco Rubio did it. You probably don't remember that.
I don't remember that.
Look it up on YouTube. Marco Rubio did it, and he was sweating, and he had a bottle of water off camera, and he was leaning like this and grabbed the water and he sipped the water during the live response. It was, yeah, people talked about it a lot.
Yeah.
See what just happened again. Flau'jae Johnson holds on to Malaysia Fulwiley. And then Flau'jae pushes Watkins. That's when Cardoso comes up and pushes Flau'jae down. Somebody jumped over the scorer's table from the stands.
I think when you saw that tussle, I don't even think it was a fight. People categorize things different when it's we'll get to that later. But what do you think of
Wow. I know where you're going. You was
altercation?
about to say because it was the black people.
No, I wasn't even gonna say that. I was gonna say, people describe things different when it's women's basketball, and it's like, oh, they shouldn't be doing that, but y'all ain't gonna say that when it's men. That's all. Because I did see some of those comments. But
look, it wasn't a fight. It was inappropriate what Big Girl did. I can't what's her name?
I can't think of it.
Yeah, it was inappropriate what she did. But
She pushed the crap out that girl.
yeah, but now that girl pushed
Right.
whatchamacallit first. It just wasn't as aggressive as
Right.
what's name pushed her. Now, Dawn Staley, I love what she said afterwards, and she was saying, that games get heated, it's just basketball, but that's not really their character. You people slip up or whatever. She did real good. Now, Kim Mulkey, she's hilarious. I put it this way: she's probably definitely a Trump fan. I'll just say it like that.
She is. Yeah.
So I don't agree with everything she says or does, but I really like her as a coach, and
I used to like her more than recently.
Yeah, she's
yeah, she's changing. But say what you're about to say.
She said that I'm about to say Colbert, the girl who pushed the whatchamacallit player. She said she should have pushed Angel Reese because Angel Reese is bigger, and like it wouldn't have gone down the same way.
So I would have years ago I would have kind of like laughed at that statement. But if you look at, there has been press conferences where she is talking about, oh yeah, our girls stand up for each other, and basically saying she would be okay of what happened. And then now she wants to play the victim and say, oh, well, she was bigger than the other girl. Like I didn't like that, especially, and you showed the contrast in two coaches. And this isn't, I mean, I am a Don Staley fan. I won't deny that. But let Don Staley have said that in Kim Mulkey, let the statements been reversed. We would have still been talking about, I can't believe Don Staley is, pointing fingers. Like, it's just different rules for different people, which is unfortunate. That's all.
I'm glad Angel Reese wasn't involved.
She walked away and sat on the bench.
Yeah, that just wouldn't have been good for her.
Yeah. Now, at first there was some confusion about. At first, ESPN said all of the benches would be suspended for the first game of the tournament. That is not the case. Just the one player for South Carolina who she pushed the crap out of that girl. Sucks I can't think of their names. Now, what I do not agree with, and especially since this was a push, this girl wasn't being jumped, this girl wasn't being brutally attacked. Why did the girl's brother jump on the court? He got charged. He got arrested and charged. I mean, granted, he'll get out of jail. I just don't understand. Like, you were that triggered,
it wasn't
that
serious.
Emotional that you jumped over the table and got on. And what were you going to do on the court? Were you going to start hitting the women? Like, what were you going to do?
Yeah, it wasn't that serious because, like you said, she just got pushed. It wasn't like that she was just getting beat up.
It wasn't like people stomping her or something. Like that was a bit much. That was a bit much.
Yeah, but old Kim Mulkey, she has her issues, but she's a good coach.
She's a
though.
good
You
coach.
can't deny that.
She's a good coach. She's a good coach.
Yeah.
Don Staley's better, but she's a good coach.
And Don Staley said I don't know if she said she hopes, but she said she might see them. They might see each other in the national championship.
Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't have been. I was about to say no, that would have been the case. Last year, South Carolina lost to Iowa, so it would have been LSU, South Carolina. But yeah, yeah,
I hope
the
they do
we'll see.
get to the national championship, both of them, and then hey, let the best team win.
Yeah, it'd be Gamecocks. Don Staley won her 8th SEC championship in 10 years. That is
Mm.
crazy.
She's
Don
won
Staley.
over 600 games in
Mhm.
her career.
I call her. She's great, and I mean, people throw around the GOAT title, yada yada. I don't really care about the title anymore. But I think what she has shown, she was a player. She never won the national championship. They got to the Final Four twice, but she was still like All American. I mean, great player at Virginia, and then um, coaching. She has 2 national championships, all these wins. She got Coach of the Year. One cool thing, and I tell people I only support University of South Carolina when it comes to Don Staley, nothing else. Their men's coach, which is a black guy, Don Staley and him got SEC Coach of the Year. This is the 3rd time in history that the Coach of the Year for both the men's and women came from the same school. So that was pretty cool. And they're
Oh
both
wow.
black coaches. So that was pretty cool. But I
Wow.
only support Don Staley. I don't support USC. Yeah. All right. There's another thing. One of the hottest basketball players, college basketball players, and just athletes in general this year, Caitlin Clark. She has broken multiple records. Lost in the national championship last year in Dallas. I was at the game. To Angel Reese and LSU. Caitlin Clark won her conference championship this past weekend, and according to this tweet, the photographer asked her to recreate the iconic Kobe Bryant NBA Finals photo. Now, if you're a sports fan, you have seen this photo. The Kobe kind of just hugging the trophy and just looking off. People are in the comments about Caitlin Clark. Do you think she should have waited till she possibly won a national championship to do that, or does she have the right to do it whenever she wants?
Yeah, I was gonna say to me it was a little disrespectful because you are in no way. I mean, she would never be a Kobe, but I'm saying
I mean,
to
she's
me it should
broken
have been.
records. She's the all-time leading scorer. I mean,
I
she.
know, but to me, like you said, she should have waited. It should have been the highest, whatever you could get. That's the one you should have done it with, not that. So it's like you kind of,
Yeah, because now you can't do that for the what you gonna do if
yeah.
I don't think she wins this year, but what are you gonna like? I think one, and this is biased. I think Don Staley has them girls so motivated. Like if it's not South Carolina, I don't know, but I don't think Iowa's gonna win. But it's if you know the context, and she knows the context of that picture. I just wouldn't have done that for a conference championship. And some people say, "Oh, why y'all hating on Caitlin Clark?" Because she has a lot of haters, and some of it is not warranted. But I just think that picture was not reserved for a conference championship, especially a
Mm-mm.
conference that isn't even like isn't it wasn't like the SEC or whatever. I'm
Right?
gonna
Because
start
when I
sounding like
looked
a
at it,
hater.
I'm like, what is this? Like that it just seemed okay, this is what it seemed like to me. It seemed like this what she looked like, in my opinion. She looked like a high school basketball player who was just trying to recreate the Kobe picture. That's what it looked like to me. And it's just like, this is lame. But I mean,
Someone,
hey, but
someone, someone tweeted and said she didn't even beat a single top 4 seed in the tournament to win the title. Please, this is cringe. Multiple people called it cringe.
maybe her and Katie Britt are related.
Why would you say that?
Cause they doing cringy things. They just are the cringes of the week, basically.
That was weak. That was lame.
Whatever. It
It,
was funny
it,
in my
it
head.
fell flat. Womp, womp,
No.
womp. Lame. Uh, but,
That was lame.
well, we both agree the picture was not. It was a bit much. The picture was not.
Yeah. Go
Yeah.
sit down, Katie. I mean, what's her name?
See, you don't even know her name, Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin
No,
Clark.
she is a great player. She's a
I
great
didn't
player.
say she wasn't.
Uh,
Is she the one who Angel Reese did that too?
yeah.
Uh-huh. Mm.
And like I said, it's a double standard. When Angel Reese got heat for doing that, when Caitlin
Oh
Clark has
yeah,
done those things to other players.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
She
The
had a
the the
what you about to say?
right wing media went in on Angel Reese, talking about like she was.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy.
And then Jill Biden didn't make it any better. So I'm like, oh, I want to invite both teams.
Oh
No,
yeah,
there are winners and losers.
you know,
That game was
Jill
crazy.
Jill disappointed America with that. Well, one part of America she disappointed with that.
Mm,
Because like,
okay.
what you mean you gonna invite both teams? When y'all ever do that?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh, this is award participation trophies and everybody and then I said hell. The the invite the whole final four then, if that was the case.
Yeah, Jill. All of them probably related. Caitlin Clark, Katie Britt, Jill, all of them. They probably all hang out together. So,
What does that mean? Moving on.
So, our gift to you is a trip to Nigeria. So, so we have a card for you, and we also have a little gift inside. We just appreciate you, James. So, we just hope you enjoy your gift, and we love you. You're part of the family. Love you, James. Love you,
James. Not saying we were in that situation when I was in college, but I mean that's big of those students to do something like that. Because I mean, I think like just giving someone like $100 would have been a big deal. They raised $20,000 to send him home.
man, it's so many. Well, okay, yeah, that's admirable and that's great. They did that. $20,000. That's a lot of money. I think if we could raise $20,000 as a college student on what school was it? Was that a black school?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
no.
I was just about to say at a black school, it's a whole lot of stuff y'all could have spent that $20,000 on to get some better something. But I mean, hey, they sent him, and then now this is my thing. It's one thing, okay, you sending him to Nigeria for him to go see his family or whatever,
Mhm.
but 20 grand? What
Well,
buddy about to go do?
how much do you think it? I mean, they're probably
It don't
like got
cost
him
no
a
$20,000.
hotel and stuff. Well, I don't think their goal was 20,000. Probably they just ended up raising 20,000. They wanted to give him everything that they raised. Now, granted, depending on when he go, I mean, the plane ticket is going to be a couple thousand.
Yeah,
And they giving him food and stuff. And I mean, no one
man.
said the trip is $20,000. That's what they raised.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, I hope they give him time off work to go.
Well, I hope so. I think with all the publicity, I don't think it'll be any problem. The school will probably be very happy.
But that's cool though. I mean, people like that are he works security, people who work
Mhm.
security, custodians, people in jobs like that are often overlooked and underpaid. And so
Yeah, definitely.
that was noble of them to look out for him like that. But they looked out for him in a big way. Like,
Yeah,
man.
man, that was big. And I mean, if everyone's doing it, it's not like you are donating $20,000 out your pocket. Is y'all were raising funds.
Yeah, and this brings up thing when I saw them sad commercials we trying to give you money, get money for the dogs and stuff.
Mhm.
To me, sometimes they get on my nerves because it's like we raising all this money for some dogs, and I like dogs. I love dogs and cats. Well, I don't really like cats,
I don't like gas.
but it's like, how about we raise the money for some people, some
Yeah,
humans?
I agree with that.
Like,
But then on the other side, they say, well, the dog, the dogs didn't do anything to anyone. People treated them bad. But I get what you're saying. Yes, there are so many other things we can do to help people. Yes. Yeah.
Kick of the week, buddy.
It is kick of the week time. Mine is lame. I'm going very classic. Everybody got one of these now. Pandas. A
Oh
little
yeah,
panda.
that is lame. That is a little lame.
Wow. I don't make it lame.
Yeah. Well, look.
Yeah, you wore that Sunday. It's not even in
Yeah.
focus. There you go. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's pretty cool. Old lady. Ooh, well, I shouldn't say old in case she's watching. Uh-oh. Um, uh, more seasoned woman. She said, "Ooh, look at my dressing, pastor." So, and she said she was trying to get her husband to wear them,
Oh
and
wow.
he told me, he said the pastor wearing them is enough. He said I ain't got to wear them. But
Man,
yeah,
I need a new pair. I guess I need to buy a pair very soon. Cause I'm
yeah.
running out of shoes to show y'all.
Well, remember we
We
said
started repeating.
one of the people in the Dialed In fam
Yeah.
sponsored us to get some custom shoes, and so we're
Yeah,
gonna
we
do
still gotta
that
do that.
soon.
Yeah, how about we'll customize them this weekend. Like at least make what
Yeah,
we wanted to look like. Well, you were saying you wanted it to be like show shoes, but if our colors are black and white,
we're
they'll
not
look
getting
like
pandas.
pandas. So what color should we do then?
That I said we should just, you get whatever you want, I get whatever I want.
Oh wow. So you don't want to have dialed in show shoes.
No.
Oh wow. I made a logo. Let's maybe we get shirt printed
Yeah,
with the logo on it.
you ain't make the logo.
Which I'm talking about just the words. I didn't make it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what you're saying. I know what you just said.
Let's get it put on a shirt this weekend. Can we do that? Is that quick enough?
I mean, it could be done, but you gonna pay for your shirt?
It's just a black shirt with a white logo.
Mm.
Yeah,
Well, I'll
we'll make
probably
that
go ahead
happen.
and see if I can go ahead and get that started because I want to try and do it like the day of. But either way, y'all be blessed. I would say this is the day the Lord has made, but it is.
It
It
is.
is. We should rejoice and be glad in it. And y'all, if you into it, y'all watch Love Is Blind's
Yeah, man.
reunion tonight.
I made Mom and Micah binge watch it with me the season. It was great. It was great.
Look,
Full
I
throttle.
saw on TikTok this girl was recording her mom and dad watching the episode from last week, and when it got to the part with Clay, well, in case
I
I don't
mean,
want to mess
shoot.
it up for people.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, it's all over
and,
social media. So if you haven't seen it by now, I'm sorry.
and it was just funny her parents' reaction, and the dad he said I'm a man, but forget you, Clay. It was funny. It was funny. Clay broke everybody's heart. It
Yeah,
was
but
just
okay, but you saw it coming. Like I was not shocked at all. You saw it in his face when, man, I already knew he was gonna say no. That wasn't a shock to me.
Clay,
Not a
just,
shock.
man. But look, Dialed In fam or Steven call you. Really, if you like me, you in Dialed In fam. You like Steven, you a dollar.
Wow,
That's how that's gonna
not
go.
how we're gonna do that.
That's
Whatever.
how that's gonna go.
Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe on our YouTube, Facebook. Well, you don't subscribe on Facebook, but you know what I'm saying. Apple Podcast.
Man, you just
and
jacking it all up.
Spotify. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye bye.